Using the data from Meetup.com. Meetup is a network for like social group gatherings. So it's basically online social medium, like an online platform for people to organize offline events. The world's largest network of local groups. So Meetup provides both HTTP and streaming APIs. So in our project, we use both. So we use the streaming API to fetch live feed of RSVP information and display it on the map to give us a general idea of what the community looks like. And then we scrape some data from their HTTP API and store locally to analyze the user statistics to just see whether we can find any usage patterns for potential marketing or advertising strategies. And then we build a little helper tool for taxi drivers and users of the Meetup community to help them to understand So let's see the live RSVP. So these are the live feeds, just a general idea about like what it looks like, who's signing up and where are the events and how frequently are people signing up. And then we scrape some data from the API and then store them locally to find some like statistics. Okay. So first thing we find, like we scraped over 30,000 cities, like membership information for 30,000 cities across the US, and you can see, and just plot it on the map using a heat map. You can see it's highly clustered at big cities along the coast, and especially here, like in the New England part. So now we also scrape the like events count, like events, not just count, but all the events informations for the past months for 7 cities we selected from the previous map, like 7 big cities. And then there are 33 categories in Meetup community, so they define 33 categories. Each group must fall, or events must fall in these 33 categories. And then we plotted a count during the past months for the 7 cities into these 33 categories. And you can see, first thing we can find is that the number of events in different cities varies a lot. For example, New York apparently had the largest number of events for the past month. And also the distribution through these categories also varies between different cities. So to visualize that, like to give a clearer visualization of that, we plotted the percentage of events in each category during the past month. So now the absolute number doesn't matter, it's the percentage. And we find some unexpected results to like at least contrary to my understanding of that city. For example, Boston is more about social than any other cities. Yeah, and Dallas is about business, and Seattle is more about outdoors. These are just events, and then we start wondering like how big are these events? But you can see like the cities share the same pattern, like social, business are the major like categories in every single city. So then we start wondering like how big are these events, and then we counted the size of the events during the past months, and then plotted pie chart. So basically, for almost all the cities, around like 70% of the events are less than 10 people, so they're small gatherings. And then almost like 90% is under like 50 people. But New York has 5% of the events bigger than like 100 people, like 100 to 500 people. Those are kind of private like lectures and tutorial programs that are not well known, but they can still attract like over 300 of signing like RSVPs. And in a like apartment building on the 15th floor in an apartment building, and there are over 300 people signing up for that lecture. So we start to wonder like what are people talking about, what are people doing around a certain location. So this is the topics for the past month. Within 3 miles of MIT for the past months, we collected all the top events for the past months, and these are because each event is associated like several topics. They can say my event is about like JavaScript or something. We have technology, we have data, we have startup, I think. We have music, women, there's no man.
One for the taxi drivers, the Uber drivers, so they are looking for passengers to take their taxi. Given the radius and given the location, you can find all the events in that area. so you can decide where to go, where to pick up the passengers with a higher probability. Sometimes in a large city, for example, the Boston in New York City, in a small range of a location, there might be a lot of events. So you may want only take care of a part of the events. So we apply the cluster algorithms. So you find a cluster, you may only take care of that cluster. You go there and just drive around there and pick up the passengers which just finished their event there. And in the future, we will try to vary the number of clusters based on number of events or based on the user specified preference, like the maximum driving distance. So the number of clusters is changing.